It's either sometimes it's good, sometimes it's.
They got the profanity filter. Blind band's not coming out yet. Expecting the Lodestone Scout.
Ooh,
Instead of the
switching it
Lodestone
up.
Tundra, and they actually haven't picked up Tundra Alternity there, so maybe okay with that vulnerability. And now in a very important match, throwing that curveball against Complexity, Moon Meander has been seen to be playing a lot of that Scout, maybe potentially planning to deny Swindlemelons that choice, but no longer. I always like seeing the players go through their shout-outs too in the early game, and the people behind the players and the people that motivate them.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You see the first Lockkeeper of the Force, and again, not surprised there. Tempest Fade, yeah, blah blah blah. You know, seems like a lot of similarities.
Tempest Keeper matchup. I think I'll be most curious to see once again is whether Complexity with that first pick. We saw a lot of the time they were favoring Keeper of the Force for a while. Something tells me though, based on the way the game's been going, they might actually go for more of that Tempest first, go for that more aggressive play.
Yeah.
We'll have to see based on whether or not they're actually able to snag a sound suicide option. SG knows that they've adopted that Warbeast suicide. They've adopted the Scout suicide. So in light of that, maybe we'll see them ban it out even. Deny them the options, maybe being forced to grab the Keeper is more of a suicide lane.
Yeah. The first ban going to be coming out here from B-Kid. You see the Magnus, that final lock, coming out from Swindlemelons. Not that they don't run Magnus themselves, but I kind of wonder, too, if that's almost like a bait or even a ban in a sense against B-Kid. They're saying, you know, if you want to pick him up, you're going to have to pick him up with your last pick from the lock pool, and you'd have to do it over other powerful heroes. So,
right.
Smart decision there. There's the Tundra ban by Swindlemelons.
Witchslayer being banned out, so capable of punishing a lot of the suicides we were talking about, especially that Bubbles, man. Throwing up a Bubbles suicide against a Witchslayer usually ends in disaster. Bubbles, even if he uses take cover to break the mana drain, still you're using the mana to do that in the first place. So, and you still, after the stun, get a couple seconds of it before he's even able to do it. So that, on top of having to use it, it does still crush the hero. Witchslayer being taken out, and that's been a staple of SG. They've really talked about these bans. You can tell just based on how they're addressing them.
Well,
Warbeast being banned out by Complexity in this game. So
interesting.
from, well, you saw what he was capable of with it in that game against SGU, and well, look at his history with it throughout the tournament. Looks like he's going 3 for 4.
Yeah, obviously Tralfmador has shown that he can play it also very well, and Complexity definitely wants it themselves, but it's not first pick material for them, so, you know, don't want to give that up as a second and third pick for Stay Green, so just going to throw it on the ban pool instead. Engineer will be the final ban.
Moon Queen is still on the board, but we've seen Moon Queen get punished a couple times throughout this tourney. Have we seen her take her fall to a little bit of a lower tier there, even Sandwraith making an appearance early, and Sandwraith is actually not banned out here. Not sure if we would see Tralf played. I know he does love the hero.
Yeah,
and
he's mentioned that.
We saw in that Moon Queen matchup, Sandwraith was able to perform quite excellently.
Well, certainly. That first pick, so B-Kid's going to be...
Don't be surprised to see that Sandwraith this game, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gemini also showing his stuff. Maybe some of these competitors are going to take a hint. Still, the players have to be comfortable with Gemini and not really show how much experience they have.
Yeah. You see a Luna going to be picked up here. I've noticed, again, I find myself paying a lot of attention to the player camps, especially here in this drafting stage.
They're focused, man.
Well, they're focused, but on top of that, Complexity, B-Kid always constantly looking over, and it's he's, you know, getting
like
opinions.
Peter especially, they're talking over.
Yeah. Really,
I
really
feel like that captain's role or the drafter role at least is Peter. I can't.
Peter.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What do I do, Peter? He's been scout. No, I can't do it. I've
Only
heard some flawless impressions though, that's for sure. Oh God. Anyway, back to the B-Kid, we love you, man. We're just poking some fun there.
He knows it. Torture is the first pick over here for Stay Green. Not surprising there. Again, there's the Bubbles. Again, things flowing pretty nicely here.
Yeah. Torture Bubbles. Up. And we mentioned before, Witchslayer banned out, and Complexity, they've started to actually adopt a lot of the heroes that Stay Green they like to pick up too. So once again, they mentioned when they picked up Tralf, they just became a more versatile team, pretty much being able to run any role.
Yeah.
And showing it there. So we have a Witchslayer not going to be able to punish this Bubble suicide in this game. And Torture, a go-to staple of Stay Green. Pyromancer's still on board, and Peter Pandem has been shown to play it. Maybe looking to deny that, but they already picked up the Luna, so Pyromancer probably not going to get picked up.
Torture a staple of Stay Green, but Slicks has we've brought
not
this
the best
up.
performance with the Torture in this tournament. Yeah, you did mention that.
So you know, do kind of look at that, and again, we don't ultimately know if that is going to be in Slicks' hands just yet, but good chance that it could be.
I don't think those games had to do with the heroes, man. It had to do
I
with the synergy,
know.
so I'm going back to that. Unless, you know, if I'm wrong about this game, then
yeah,
maybe we'll see a shift. Or Is that actually going to be a thing? And that actually leads more towards who has first pick.
That Tempest, because of the Keeper of the Forest.
Right.
With the harder carapace.
And Sunamal showing that in spite of complexity picking Predator last time, sticking by his guns doesn't feel like Predator is something that needs to address. I'm pretty sure they're actually going in between Arachna and Predator and going for that Tempest first draft right now. Just trying to decide between each one and talking about it.
Yeah.
Going to be damn interesting here. Think about Arachna's Geometer's Bane is a standard item build. Not going to go for it in the end, though.
Ooh.
Picking up the Trishan instead. Also, very strong hero against Keeper.
Yeah, so kind of the same. It's clear that they were thinking, but I still think that gives us an answer that they're going to go Tempest here with that first pick.
What have I said about Electrician the past few times we've seen him breaky? It's usually rare.
Yeah.
But every time I've seen the Trishan picked up, people are usually surprised or saying he's weak, but I've just seen the hero dominate. I've actually not seen an Electrician pick lose or perform poorly in a game, I can say, in the past 6 months of casting.
If there is a team to play it is Complexity. Both Moon Meander and B-Kid do have history running this hero.
Stay Green used to actually play the actually those are the two main teams that we saw. Stay Green and
Master of Arms.
They used to actually use when they were going for the tank strategies. They were picking up Armadon. They were picking up Zephyr, Electrician. One of those heroes is the primary alongside a Wretched Hag carry.
Yeah.
I like having something like that. More tanky semi-carry presence, though, especially with a hero like Wretched Hag, because as they go in, they sort of force the focus fire from the enemy team, and when the focus fire is forced, it buys a window for that big Tempest or Keeper ultimate on top of the Wretched Hag Bat Blast. So it's just a nice way to have that anchor. Granted, they don't have that blink initiation of a hero like a Pebbles just yet.
Oh, we're getting some curveballs here. Soul Reaper is going to be the final pick.
He's sort of been banned a couple times in the tournament, but otherwise overlooked.
I've not seen it
yet.
yet.
Tempest being picked up. Not a surprise there. We expected it when we saw the Arachna highlight. They went a different path.
Just like Keeper is not going to be a surprise here. It's just a matter of who do they want with the Keeper of the Forest.
So attempting to overwhelm Stay Green and not really going for a harder late game presence, trying to overwhelm Stay Green and fight them during an area of game where Stay Green is very comfortable.
And they are going to go Rally, and there's the Pebbles response from Complexity. So Slicks is going to play Soul Reaper.
Getting that Electrician, and I've
Suicide Electrician.
I've seen it run, and I've seen it run pretty damn effectively.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely not surprised to see that by any means. He definitely beefier. Obviously, as far as an escape goes, he doesn't necessarily have an escape like a Rally or a Kraken, maybe like in a Suicide Lane being a beefy hero, but he is tanky. So
very tanky front man, and having that. Well, I want to see the bigger part of it all, having that purge, the cleansing shock against this Keeper of the Forest. And in general, just being a great counter with that massive amount of AoE capable putting out against Keeper of the Forest pushes.
Yeah, very true. So, Electrician again, going to be in Moon Meander's hands. The Suicide Roll, you see him being pulled some regen, at least did get pulled some regen initially. Disappeared right there.
I'll probably have to go up against Slicks here, playing that Soul Reaper, and Soul Reaper, a phenomenal 1v1 laner. Insert against the melee at that. Moon Meander's going to have to, really utilize that energy shock to the best of energy absorption. I'm sorry, I should know the heroes' ability names of all people, man.
Rise.
That's a disgrace. You know what? I'm getting to cast an Electrician here. As part of casting my first DreamHack winners bracket finals here. I'm loving it. I couldn't have had a better time.
It's not the elephant, but it is Electrician.
Oh, come on. Electrician is probably the hero nearest and dearest to my heart over the years, man. So, got my start in competitive Heroes of New Earth play using that Electrician myself.
Yes, sir.
Big fan of seeing it out here. Sergey, I love that sword pick. As I said, he's been banned a couple times in the tournament. We really haven't seen him picked. Maybe one or two games. I actually don't think we casted it.
DreamHack,
and had a lot of presence before the event. And Stay Green, it fits their style perfectly as they group up for that mid-game fight.
Again,
Slicks
so
playing it out here.
Yeah, Slicks is the one playing it. So as it turns out, Torturer, of course, in the hands of Z-Freak, going to be playing the main support Torturer. So. Well, you mentioned a phenomenal 1v1 hero is Soul Reaper. He is going to be the short lane up here most likely against that Electrician, so expect Slicks to have a great start. And
pulled regen can solve all problems, though.
Yeah, he did get pulled at least the trees. Okay, you see the health potion on there. Okay.
With the hatchet and the energy absorption, you should be able to dart in and out for those creep kills without taking too much harass, or at least that'll be the plan going into this matchup. Both of those heroes, man.
Look at this.
6 Blight Stones, 1 health potion. What am I looking at here?
A lot of regen. The wards here in the Legion jungle. Look what Z-Freak did. Water rev down here. You got a water site right here to block this camp. And look where he's setting up, too. He has another water site on him. I don't know if he's trying to sneak by or if he's actually going to place one here in between the towers. Even. But Z-Freak being very, very
crafty.
Yeah. Interesting. What is he trying to pull off here ultimately? He's not
Tempest
going
going to be denying the top lane. Riser should be no surprise to him at this point, man, if it is blocked out. Still, Scout not on the board. Not going to have those traps on top of everything, at least.
Yeah. You see him fall back eventually, so I'm not too sure what the...
he was probably trying to play it safe in case they were roaming the woods.
That makes
didn't want to get caught out, so he was hiding until the lane spawn.
True. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what that was more
sense.
about. Has an extra ward left.
There you go.
Block the pull camp, so Keeper of the Forest left to 2 spawns, and, well, of those, he actually has vision, at least, of when he actually comes into the area, so able to disrupt his jungling as well. Riser knows that they have a Keeper on the other side of things, and, well, pretty easy to force him out just with the right clicks at that point.
You see Riser right off the bat, he's like, oh, I'll just go to the yellow camp here. Oh, that's blocked too. So the elementals that he spawned initially are already despawning right there. Not even able to take advantage of them. So instead he's going to have to head over to this Catman camp here.
As I mentioned before, the ward also blocking the medium camp pull. Let's give him vision.
Only has the 2 to work with currently here. So he's just going to have to try to stack this one. There you go, he spawns, and then gets a skeleton.
Pretty good
right there.
luck there on that stack. And have to really utilize the maximum range here. Those elementals to get him to split here.
Well, now that I think about it, too, if you do remember, obviously, that matchup in the group stages, Riser, he had to deal with that against Stay Green the first time, where I think it was against Scout on Stay Green.
Right, and he roamed mid with a level 1 stun, and got an opening kill onto Pebbles. Pebbles never able to recover throughout the entire game.
Yeah. So maybe a similar, at least I'm sure Complexity hoping for the same result here.
Look at all of the side lanes, man. 6 Blightstones, 1 health potion on pretty much everyone. A very similar item build across the board. Only difference being KZU has the Pretender's Crown thrown into the mix. Hack putting a lot of early harass. Troughlmore finding that angle. KZU only level 2 at the moment. Didn't actually have his take cover leveled up. I think he's at level 2 as he was backing out as well.
Yeah.
So,
see here,
early harass and forcing the health potion back.
Yeah, he is staying away from the Haunt for obvious reasons against the Bubbles. Not the most effective tool in this matchup, so going the Sonar Scream instead against him.
Riser keeping up his jungle pattern quite effectively, at least having to deal with quite a lot, but utilizing the stacks and killing the medium camp before the 3-minute mark. We'll just really relying on these 2 camps. Should be able to hit about 250, 260, at least in maybe about a 5-minute level 6 if he keeps it up.
See the regen situation up here. The trees are now gone for Electrician, so he's been able to do decent, but now with the trees gone, only has a health potion left. To go the mana battery, however. So we'll have some more regen in a sense from that as well at that top matchup, but he is continuing to play fairly aggressive as Moon Meander does in that suicide roll.
Yeah.
Actually,
The ward actually as well, blocking out the Mon battery is a big pickup, yeah, you mentioned, but the ward blocking the hard camp closest to the lane also has now faded, so Riser doing an excellent job working around. Not much harass coming out into the woods. I mean, they have to keep the dual lane mid. Help on out the rally. Rally can perform in a 1v2 quite effectively, but in the end, not wanting to give Pebbles that uncontested farm early on.
Yeah. Middle lane, they're just going back and forth. I keep thinking there's going to be initiation here. I keep going back to it, but well, nobody finding that opening at least just yet here on either side. And both sides definitely have that kill potential, but at the same time, you don't want to go too far, and then all of a sudden a turnaround kill happens, as we've seen many of times, even in this event.
Richard Hag winging the harass war a bit, but that could all change if KZ was able to pick up a rune with his bottle. Gonna probably help camp the, we'll see, he's actually not being edged out, probably not going to help camp the bottom rune just yet. Richard did not buy her bottle yet. KZ is roaming towards the bottom, as mentioned actually. However, we do have a Luna setting up as well. And he's going to be forced back.
Yep.
Fresh maroon bottled, and top lane, Torture getting that invis. We'll see. Peter Pandam did see him picking up an invis rune, so here. Electrician, Moomiander should have noticed.
He's still playing aggressive, man. Look at that.
He is. Probably just not afraid. Let's see how much mana. Soul Reaper doesn't have the most mana. Just enough for a nuke and low level Torture. He has his energy shield up to level 4. His electric shield, I should say. Level 3, I meant. Sorry. So tanky enough and not really worried about the potential gang presence of Torture.
How about that? Electrician is winning this matchup up here when it comes to creep farm. He's level 5. He's currently 21-5 against a 19-2 Soul Reaper. He's staying close, if anything. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, able to pull off a very dominating time here in this laning phase.
Pulled regen,
yeah,
being the kicker, and then an earlier mana battery. So every time you took that harass on top of the pulled regen, just really able to use that hatchet, the energy absorption to full effectiveness, and being really aggressive.
Oh, here we go. Middle lane. Give me the force coming in with the root right there. Pebbles has some trouble. He came in with the invis root, by the way. But BK trying to says, get off me. The impalement's doing some damage. The chase is on. Another compel going to be coming up in 3 seconds. Don't even need it. Bloodlust kill comes out. And Z-Freak gets credit. Again, Keeper of the Force, he took that invis rune that was bottled up initially by Torturer.
Right, that was crafty. That was crafty. And they did see the invis, and maybe they figured Torturer's actually wasted it. Incredibly perceptive play coming out from Stay Green and set up that Bloodlust kill in the middle, man. Chessie hitting that level 6 lock quicker than the Tempest initially. Yeah. Due to the fact that they disrupted the jungle. Tempest edging on 300 now, sitting at 280, about to kill a Vagabond leader. Actually, yeah, 288, 290 now. So almost really closely trailing that Keeper of the Forest.
Attrition again. I just love the aggressiveness that he has. But at the same time, it gets to a point where you do have to obviously worry about now with the game progressing here. A lot more of that roam potential going to start kicking in. You see Torture heading over, but he's just going to place a Ward of Sight and actually fall back instead. So Electrician still going to continue to have a decent time there at the top lane. Not that Soul Reaper isn't. Soul Reaper also is having a good time, so it's not like it's not like he's stopping his farm. It's just he is.
I love how the standard for supports has literally just been no items, is pulling regen.
Yeah.
That's how effective your suicide lanes are.
It is actually interesting. Yeah, there's the boots, by the way, though, for Torturer, so has those delivered at least. Z-Freak gets a little quicker.
Yeah, in the end, the support hero in the mid lane matchup should almost never, well, ideally never be initiated on.
Yeah.
So able to survive lower stats.
Oh, Moonmeander going for a kill, but Nature's Veil going to be applied right here. There's the boom, goes that Dynamite. Electrician still alive, though. He's going back in, puts on the mana shield. Will it be enough damage to kill Soul Reaper? Oh, yes, it will. He gets taken out as well, but Moonmeander going yellow right there and takes out Soul Reaper in the process.
Making the best of a bad situation. Slick's dying. Of course, Chessie's there to get the solo experience in the end on Moon, who receives solo experience for a Soul Reaper kill, so keeping the edge, but also sort of steroiding out this Keeper of the Forest. Now it's 360 gold per minute.
Yeah.
Overfarmed Keeper at the start of the game presents many, many problems in terms of that aggressive pushing nature he's able to provide. And earlier support items for the team. Curious to see whether he'll go for that Astrolabe pickup pretty early on here. Chessie is known more to do so, but with a team like theirs, they could use initiation. Rally will ultimately get a portal key. Going for the Astrolabe. He is going for the Astrolabe. Picked it up.
Okay.
That opens up the barrier idol for a hero like Soul Reaper. Doesn't need to pick up an Astrolabe himself.
So Tempest, Chessie was sitting there that Riser, excuse me. Wow. Riser was
He's actually going again.
Is he actually?
Are you kidding me? And he has a cleansing shock if root is used. A little bit of a stutter step there, not going to chase it.
Not going to eventually get anything out of it in the end in terms of a kill, but yeah, continuing to show that he is not afraid here. And yeah, you're right, the cleansing shock, so even if a root does happen, I mean, he's ready to go against it, so it makes sense, more sense why he's continuing to play so aggressive here against Slick. Somebody else was talking about Tempest was attempting to set up a gank in the middle lane, unsuccessful though, just didn't find the opportunity, instead going back bottom. Again though, top lane, Moonmeander applying the pressure, and Slicks is forced to fall back. He does have that demonic execution coming back up here now though, so.
Yeah, keep an eye on KZ down here. He is level 6, spamming to try to hold off this push bottom. 8.5 minutes in, we still don't see any tower pushes coming out from a Tempest or a Keeper. Yeah. Of course, attempting on the bottom lane here. This is where things get a little bit more interesting as they choose either sack it and push top or pose a nice defense. And with that kelp field, maybe so. Top lane, Electrician, a little bit distracted maybe from the push bottom too. Backing out, he feels like something's up. Gonna get into range of Rally's Compel though.
Oh, there's the Rudy as the Purge, but there's the Compel. Seismic Simon the face. Ports are coming in. Puts the electric shield up, but it's just not in time. That port is going to continue through. It is Dralfmador. Jumps in with the Sonar Scream. Haun's going to be applied, but not. Oh, that wasn't even a Haunt. That was just simply auto attacks. And so no follow-up, really, in the end. So the aggressive play of Electrician, it unfortunately does cost him his life in the end. Tempest, the Elemental Water does catch Bobbles on the outskirts of it. Will it set up the kill is the ultimate question. Kelfoot going to be used. He does have a take cover as well, if he can tap it correctly. There's a take cover.
Riser doing the math. Is he going to get this? He got the kill.
Oh, Riser. Big plays himself at the bottom lane. The Elemental Void also was just on the skirts of the outline, man.
I actually thought he was trying to land it a little bit earlier. I was like, I don't know if he has the damage for it. Clearly, he did the math in a case like that. Keizu falling.
Wow.
Nice attempt to get away. So either side, man, the Suicide Hero is falling. A gank set up onto the Electrician and vice versa on Bubbles. No tower push yet, however. Electrician mobilizing to the bottom lane, though, is a very sound front man for this push. If successful, that's going to open up his Ring of Sorcery as well.
Yeah, 10 minutes into this game right now, just approaching, so even stats when you look at the gold. You talk about Rise with the big play he just made right there. He is putting a lot of pressure into this tower. Bubbles is nearby. Not going to put him deny just yet. Okay, it is going to go to deny range. Will he actually get the kills in question? There's the invulnerability. TP coming in. And Riser may have to sacrifice it. Rally does jump in. Meanwhile, over here, Electrician fights Torture, trying to get himself killed by Kongor. Not going to happen, though. And Electrician does get credit for the kill. Again, the bottom tower is denied, but here we go. Hasted Electrician running in. No, not going to do much else, so thought he might have a static grip right there or something, but figured it's not going to work out the best. He's just having fun.
No one's in the creep wave while he's having fun, though.
Yeah, true.
Instead, they're saying, screw the creep wave. We're going for another tower push. We've got the momentum here. Keeper of the Forest Root, only down for 6 more seconds. Elemental Void will not be up. Keep in mind he used it to solo kill the Bubbles.
Yeah.
Perhaps not the fight they're looking for. They're content to keep going with it.
They sure are. I mean, everything else, not even Bat Blast.
Reaper has the port up. It is going to be a 5v5 straight through.
There we go. The Kelpil, the blink away, gets the stun on the Wretched. Kelpil is going to hit Tempest. He will fall. Electrician off to the side. He ends up going out of the Kelpil right there. Pebbles now going to chuck Raleigh back in, but a big grip, but nice cleansing shotgun of Pebbles. However, his teammates in Aluna and Wretched Ag not going to be the same story. So you called it, Emperor. Not a favorable fight, really, for Complexity, and it does not pay off.
I don't know how many times this works out. I mean, I feel like in these matchups, it's such a pivotal thing to know. They didn't even have the Ring of Sorcery up yet for Electrician. You saw there, they tried to actually put some counter kill damage onto Rally. I didn't think they busted through more than 25% of his health pool. Steam Boots Vestments, man. Showing the strength of the item combination there, and all of a sudden, Complexity looking very hot.
Yeah.
Now has to fight an incredible uphill battle for the rest of the early to mid game. It just seems like a lot to risk your entire game on a circumstance where you know that you're not going to have necessarily the clear-cut upper hand. I mean, it was pretty evenly placed. They had a little bit of advantage, but
yeah, well,
major team fight ultimate of Tempest being down, not to mention the Glacial Blast, only level 2 to the point you only get 2 stuns out of it. You know, just in terms of a pure equation there, will they have enough damage? They have the heals coming out from Soul Reaper. They have the defensive, the armor coming out from Keeper of the Forest. They have the Keeper of the Forest ulti to mitigate damage on top of that. I don't know where they got off necessarily thinking it was a smart idea to push.
Yeah. Ooh, bottom lane, Bubbles maybe set up on here. You do got Electrician coming in, but he's just going to clean the creep wave. Bubbles actually with the Invis Room bottle. He actually using that right there. In the meantime, Bat Blast on a Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper will fall. Look at that timing from Tralfamador. He's also going to steal the rest of the Ancients with his teammates. Peter Pandam's Ward of Sight right here. Exactly the reason why they get that kill. So very good job by Peter. Able to get this Ward of Sight here in the first place.
Big pick off onto a big hero, and now you can go for that mid tower push. Yep. Electrician, meanwhile, knowing they're not going to fight with the Soul Reaper down and the Keeper of the Force ultimate down, the tower, mid tower low. Going to keep farming bottom. Meanwhile, top lane, not able to mobilize yet. So that's the kind of Complexity play I like to see, that aggression, finding those ganks.
Yeah.
In that mid fight, I hate to keep pressing it, but there were no surprises.
Let's actually take a look at that mid fight right there while we do have a pause now. So this
there were 0 surprises here, man.
You got the cooldowns.
They knew Soul Reaper had a port. They could see the Soul Reaper. Otherwise, they had to have figured other 4 heroes here. They're all off the map.
Keeper of the Force, no invis or anything. I mean, he just simply walks
the kelp
up
field
and gets a
into
big
there's nothing even like.
You see them thinking about maybe going on a rally. You see him chuck back in, but there's the big root. It hits multiple heroes. A cleansing shotgun of Pebbles to help save him, but
very smart team fight by Stay Green.
Yeah.
Can't help but feel Complexity walked into it. And, well, Peter Pandam having a need to pause here, apparently. A little bit of a, okay, he's restarting. Keizu's, I don't know, everyone's taking care of something right now.
Yeah.
So, I want teams to be more perceptive of that fact, though. Right now, just keep in mind, the battle between the Tempest and Keeper ultimate seems to be something that you look for all the time, and when your ultimate's down, you usually go for more of that split pushing or, you know, avoiding direct confrontation, especially that early on in the game, where those ultis just have a proportionally larger impact.
Do we have the earlier kill with the Tempest by chance? I think we might have gotten that one with the bottom lane. He's going to set that up real quickly. But, yeah, also, again, while we're still sitting in this pause, take a look back also at Riser and the big play that he made at the bottom lane. Again, okay, so here we go. Just the outskirts, man. I mean, look at that. Look at the elemental void, and look at where Bubbles is. Barely catches him right there. Pulls him in. Obviously, the damage from the elementals. The creeps even helping a little bit. Bubbles does try
is going to be used right
there.
No, weird timing there, actually. I think it was
final
after the hit,
attack. Doing the math.
That was pretty much the peak range of the kelp field as well. So.
Very close. Well played there by Riser.
So Complexity finding the angle, getting the mid tower down, but stay green. Keeping that experience lead up, and otherwise a little bit of a gold edge as well. Keeper of the Force with that Astrolabe. 1,600 gold picked up by Soul Reaper. Is he going to go for the Shaman's Headdress route and build a Bear Alpha team? Is he going to go for more of the Carry Reaper here? Picking up item like a Gnome's Wisdom, or I don't know if we'd see a Grimoire of Power running here.
Yeah,
like that's
this is the one here where it's like
to see. Haven't really seen it much since the introduction of the item. Haven't really seen people go that route, but in terms of that Gnomes versus Grimoire route, we've seen a lot of heroes that would previously go Gnomes.
Yeah,
for the Light Brand instead.
Like a Hag, like a Torture, but the thing is, or not, I guess not necessarily Hag, but anyways, like a Torture, but the thing with the Soul Reaper, where he usually likes to bulk up more, and so that
and thrive off of the defensive capability synergy of the hero as well with this team.
Yeah.
And
so that's where I would say the Gnome's Wisdom probably still, yeah, we can expect to see
that
here.
farming tool.
We'll see what Slicks does decide again. He's the one that does go the Light Brand on Torture all the time, so who knows what he may ultimately go with here. But Keeper of the Force continues to be the best farm in the game, by the way. Jesse, 385 gold per minute here. Looking pretty strong for his team. He mentioned the Astrolabe pickup that he chose to go, opening up maybe for Soul Reaper a little bit. As far as other choices for him. Helmet of the Black Legion on Rally, and here we go with the top tower push from Stay Green. Complexity kind of nearby, but I don't know. I mean,
that blast is down
quickly.
I don't think they want to fight this yet. Rush Hag just you can have the split push to the bottom lane. And force some ports here instead. Try to make it so they don't go for 2.
Yeah.
Stay Green is really pressing the matter. They feel that confident about their team fight, though. They're like, you know what, we crushed them in mid. We can do it again. Take 2. So mid and bottom being pressured. Going to be a 2-for-1 exchange here with Stay Green taking the lead in that charge. Even if they get the bottom tower here. Beware the ports.
Well, speaking of that, bottom lane, we do have Wretched Hag and Tempest. They are going to get away in time, it looks like. Top tower, all those mass TPs for Complexity coming out. You see Stigger and the rest of them that are here. Port coming in from Tralfamador, trying to catch Z-Freak. Oh, the power throw connects. They know Z-Freak's there. In comes Stalagmites. And Torture gonna die like a boss right there.
And what else did we note there? That portal key picked up by Pebbles being put to immediate effectiveness. So
oh, yeah.
That's how they caught him in the first place.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, he just picked it up, so able to make use of it right off the bat there. And they deny the tower in the process. So, again, tower's still dead. At 15.5 minutes, that's still pretty
Lost
good for
2 towers for 0, picked up a kill though, and well, bottom tower is almost as good as dead right now. Any slight pressure onto it should see it crumble. Yep. Maybe a glyph into deny, but not yet.
Electrician, 1,300 gold on him. Where can we expect from here? Ring of Swords to play.
Doesn't have a helm yet.
Yeah.
And when I hear Moon Meander talk about Electrician before, is he likes late game. At least in the past, has seen item more like a sheepstick on Electrician to make sure he doesn't lose his effectiveness. Consider him a very powerful hero that, as the game went on, lost effectiveness. Likes to see more of those powerful utility pickups. How is he going to build in a game like this? I mean, is he going to go straight for a helm or even a Shaman's against this team? They already have an Astrolabe being picked up by Tempest. So,
what about, and hear me out, what about, dare I say, a Light Brand into a Grimoire?
On Electrician?
On Electrician. Hear me out.
The reason I understand the concept behind it. And he puts out pretty much purely magic damage.
I mean,
but he's a melee hero, and I feel like in terms of using that dot effectiveness of the Grimoire power,
yeah,
maybe just not as effective.
Yeah.
I could see it, but I just feel like you get better bang for your buck, and if you're going for damage, I mean, I'd rather even see him pick up something like a puzzle box instead to increase his survivability. You'd have that going with him.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I feel like the primary purpose behind Electrician isn't necessarily putting out the damage. I mean, he puts out enough already, just being more of that nuisance up in front and the utility for your team. But
well, yeah, actually, this also being brought up too. So Staff of the Master. I mean, you are going up against Keeper of the Forest. Could be a decent.
Yeah, you do have a double purge, but nice to be able to remove it. But
oh, they did change that too, didn't they? In the
not,
shift.
Yeah,
so
not the double purge. You get onto a bouncing effect. Yeah, Staff is nice, but and it does give you the stats you need on Electrician. So conceptually, it could be okay.
Yeah.
Would it be preferable over something like a Sheepstick? Would definitely be cheaper and give you the stats in the build-up. That's for sure. Can make a case for it. That's no doubt.
We'll see where good old Moon Meander goes. He did finish the helm, of course, but now the unknown is ahead of us.
No investments picked up yet for him.
Tralfamador is going to be going Light Brand here. He does have the Neophytes book, so Light Brand going to be on the way for him. Portal Key just picked up by Bubbles.
Yeah, Wretched Hag makes a lot more of a sense there. And we did see the Blessed Orb instead picked up by Soul Reaper, leading itself more towards well, it still could be a Grimoire, probably that Sheepstick.
Oh, man. This is tense situation right here. Complexity. They wanted, I mean, they had this war side here the whole time. They knew what was going on, but they did not have Electrician with them, and he is a big part of this team, of course, so they did not want to get involved in a big fight, so deciding to play it safe there. And now we have Stay Green is going to push the bottom lane in the meantime. Shaman's Headdress finished on Keeper, so that Barrier Idol's now going to be in the works for them.
Lumander up top. Take a look at the Hellborn side. They do have a portal key on Bubbles, so he has to be careful about potential follow-up mass DPs. Bubbles deeping in, catching him with a portal key help field and setting it up for his team. Especially an early DP here if they drop the tower fast enough by Bubbles, or if it's just set up in advance.
Nothing coming out just, oh, yeah, top lane. Looks like one guy's at Bubbles. No, just Rally.
And they're not actually going to stop it. But meanwhile, the team is swarming.
Yeah.
Depending on whether they come in late or not, this Rally could be heavily punished. Helm, Steam Boots, Vestments.
He just compelled there as well.
Maybe almost trying to show that he compelled the beta. I'm not sure if he was actually going that hard or not, but making life difficult, at least if they do want to dive him. They do have those TPs, they do have the Kelp field up, the Soul Reaper. Everyone's going to be coming in here.
Here we go. Can they kill Rally before they all get in? Yes, they can. Battle's coming. The Elemental Void connects on the two of them that also join the party. The Red Set on top of that. Keeper the Forest still trying to root. Will he get off? Yona! Yes, he will right there after the Kelp field initial stun. Boom goes to Dynamite and Wretched. Couldn't be able to blink away in time, though. Surviving for now in the background. Trying to finish off Bubbles. Can't finish off Bubbles, though. And Bubbles will stay alive at the end. The chase on a Beacon. Pebble's going to go down. And Stay Green comes through in the end of that fight. Any buyback? No buybacks were used. The 3-for-1 exchange is how it will end at the end of the fight.
You see, interesting thing about that is they actually made it a 5v4. They killed the Rally pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
Bat Blast, however, the timing of it hit the Rally, just missed the heroes coming in. Elemental Void came out. If that Bat Blast had hit those heroes as well, that would have been huge. I mean, at that point, you could have been looking at like potentially Complexity taking the fight, but having invested so much, the Pebbles combo, 20-second cooldown of that Avalanche, the Wretched Bat Blast, all of that onto the Rally. When it came time for the ports that were coming in, they didn't have enough damage to kill any single target on the Hellborn team, especially not when you look at a Soul Reaper spamming those heals and a slippery hero like Bubble. So they were able to punish them deep under their tower, and well, down they went. So Stay Green, the bait proving successful.
Yeah, I kind of wonder for, speaking of the Bat Blast there, if Trial of Innocence was almost forced to use it when he did, because if he didn't use
the Rally
it,
would survive, and all of a sudden they wasted.
And then
it was literally a split second between the ports and all that. I understand why he had to use it, but it's more of one of those.
Well, I was going to say, let's actually look at it real quick to even see if we can.
What level is Electrician? Let's try it. Hold on, what level is Electrician? 13.
Okay, so see right here.
He has Energy Grip. It's level 3. Does he actually need to use the? Actually, does it hit?
It would have been close.
Did that hit the Keeper? He had a Shaman's Headdress during that fight.
I can't tell. Does it actually connect to Keeper? Yeah, it looks like it does. Yes, it looks like the dot is on.
Wow. Okay, so maybe not even having that much of an
enough.
Impact there.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So I guess it really wasn't
Bubbles might have
poor even as thought. Not poor.
No, just really, they don't have the damage, man. Pebbles, Avalanche, you can tell it's not up there. He's just chucking for some sort of assistance, and sorry for full life throughout all of it. Cleaning up everybody.
Coming back to Kongor here, being done by Stay Green. You see the vision.
There's the puzzle box.
Nothing. Do we got puzzle box? Really?
I'm pretty sure I just saw it.
Yeah, I think I did catch something in the corner of my eye too. Yep.
That's my personal favorite build. I didn't actually expect to see it.
Yeah, I mean,
that excites me greatly.
It's
going against Keeper and just
item for Electrician.
It's kind of like a DPS item for Electrician once you get it going. A puzzle box 3 on the Electrician synergizes greatly. You get move speed while chasing, and just if you catch someone out, it gives you a ton of solo kill potential as well.
Yeah.
Almost 5 seconds of those minions beating onto someone. The Mana Burn on top of the Energy Burst Mana Burn, completely sapping your target. So I'm actually really excited now that we're going to see the puzzle box. Granted, coming at a point now where the game was evenly paced, forcing that top fight, going for that rally kill, and now they're in a sync. And when you're going against a defensive-minded lineup like a Keeper of the Forest, Rally, and Keeper of the Forest, Rally, and Keeper of the Forest, Rally, and Soul Reaper.
That's some burst damage. Bubbles comes in, sets up a kill for Rally. Well, maybe even vice versa. But anyways, Rally gets credit for it. Swinamel's playing the Rally.
Yep.
Takes out Riser right there on the Tempest.
Fantastic pickoff, and it's what Stay Green. I mean, they just got the token. Riser getting caught in the jungle, not having the best of vision there. Horrible spot for Complexity. I was going to say, when you're going against these defensive-minded heroes, as soon as they actually get that resource advantage, they're going to be naturally more tanky anyway.
Yeah.
Throw in their defensive capabilities, and it becomes a point of, well, how do you outplay them? They just have to sit back, cast their spells, and keep good positioning, and at that point, you just don't have the damage to punch through their thick shell.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Go again. Mass TP to the middle end. Rally's already here. Electrician off to the side. The tower is killed by Complexity, and they do all get out of there. It's the bottom tower. Will it survive? Torture trying to finish it off, but at what cost right here? Z-Freak's like, I got the tower, guys. I might die, though.
He knows he was sacrificing his life for it,
Yeah,
but he was more than okay with that.
Yeah, of course. Guaranteed the tower kill instead of a deny right there, and main support, not the biggest tool in the world. So, he'll gladly do that for his team.
If it was something like their Soul Reaper or major carry, theirs it would lose like token in.
Of course,
Then it would not be worth it in the slightest. But yeah, on your main support, hell yeah.
No biggie. Making the sacrifices any main support needs to do in most of the games. I was thinking Trofmador here on the Wretched Hag. He bought something. He did finish the Grimoire. Okay, I was going to bring that up. I mean, especially with the pace of the game, how it started to go now. I mean, do you think rushing into the Grimoire is still the most effective choice here?
Well, I think so. They're going up against a lot of heals, need the extra damage, and just want to taper off. I mentioned before, if you don't have the extra damage, it won't matter how well you play. Meanwhile, middle lane here, they're going for another pickoff.
Oh, Pebbles, can he actually get away? Yes, he can. A Luna support. Peter Pan Dam was in the right place at the right time right there. Beautiful stun to help save his teammate right there, as Rally was ready to throw out that seismic slam. So. B-Kid able to survive. Speaking of B-Kid, got that portal key. Used it right away, obviously, at the top lane. To get the tower onto Torture, I believe it was. But since then,
finding a hard time, and it just comes to the nature of the enemy team. And, well, Steam Boots Vestment's literally up on everybody.
Yeah.
Minus, well, actually not literally, because Keeper of the Forest has the plated Barrier Idol more than making up for it, though, over there in terms of magic resistance. And honestly, I can say if they get the Barrier Idol off, if they get the Astrolabe off, Complexity cannot kill them.
Yeah.
They're all in on this magic damage. They more so than most teams I've seen. A lot of times you see Sacred, even when they pick up that magic damage, they might have a Pebbles or something. Oh, actually, okay, they do have a Pebbles here at least for the all in minus the Pebbles with the demonic breastplate. Curious to see where the Wretched Hag goes from here because he has to have a Grimoire power right now. But a lot of times you'll see heroes like Rally, Deadwood, which are thrown into the mix that provide that physical burst. Even a Warbeast sometimes for more of a sustained physical damage output. In this game, it's magic, 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 magic. Nowhere near a demonic breastplate just yet. Still at 3K, half the way through, I guess. So, if he even chooses to go in the end, or if he's going to go for something like a Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
If he goes for the Shrunken Head, sure it'll protect him. But going back to the damage circumstance, I don't think it really helped him there.
I'm actually checking real quickly to see. It looks like the game one did finish for the other series, and SGEU takes out VDT. See, they tried the Gemini again. SGE, though, with Hackton on the Sandwraith, they dominated this game just from looking at the stats here. So game one, a 31-minute game in favor of SGEU in the losers bracket there. So again, keeping a close eye on that because the winner of that will play the loser of this series here. Back in the losers bracket, so another
Sandwraith, man, I have a feeling like, oh, people are getting DC signs here.
So
I have a feeling like going into the grand finals of this tourney, we're going to see Sandwraith addressed either through blind bans or being picked up.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
We've seen Stay Green Ent. They have made a point of banning it against SGU. And mentioned Tralfamador before. Playing the safe lane carry for Complexity has, you have to love that Sandwraith as well.
Everyone DC. Everyone just again. So apparently, yeah, it's just some lag issues that are occurring. It's, I don't know if they mean actually restart the game or your computer even, but depending on that, we'll have maybe a little bit of a break here, depending on.
No, they definitely mean they definitely just computers and such. There's no way they're restarting the game. There's no way Stay Green would ever want to restart the game in a circumstance like this.
No, I'm saying just actually the heroes in the game itself. You just restart the game, you exit out. And
whether you want to shoot the actual like reboot your
yeah.
Okay.
No,
or, like,
no remake. No, by no means. Definitely would not be a remake here.
Yeah, kind of have that token here and everything going in their favor.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, let's just remake. Let's just start it over.
RM Pulse.
Yeah. No big deal.
That's actually the problem when you have a team that relies so much just purely on magic damage here early on. Grimoire power are going to help, but very easy to have that direct counter in a cheap item like Vestments and following up with the Steam Boost, the Barrier Idol, and all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, Wretched Hag is still pretty vulnerable, is what I was getting at, so as a result of going into that Grimoire right away, so we'll see how much it pays off for him. And there we go. Looks like back in now. So they steal their Ancients in the meantime. I believe those were some double stack Ancients there by State Green, also doing some counter warding. And now they're going to push here in the middle tower. You do see the bottom lane in the meantime. Wretched Hag's going to push that out and see if he can at least apply enough pressure to maybe get State Green to react. Not going to happen, though. They need to get back themselves. So Trouf is also going to fall back, it looks like. Yeah, he ports back to base.
With an intense team like this, they're pretty much forced to concede the outer towers too, making that token that much more powerful. Electrician staying up in front, looking like he wants to bait it out. Doesn't have a buyback, but feeling confident enough in his ability to survive. I don't feel that confident in him, though.
Yeah.
Not when you're facing up against the Soul Reaper rally. And that silence from Bubbles, man, can prevent you from keeping the energy shield off.
There we go. The jump on to keep it the four is going to be compelled.
That was
away,
a Pebbles
though.
combo.
Yep.
That was a Pebbles combo.
Didn't even hit. It's just
20% health.
He says, yeah, the armor, the compel out. Even if he was dropping quickly, I mean, the compel to save him. Just yeah, it's a lot of
complexity.
A lot of stuff you need to get through here.
Not sure how they're able to solve this problem here. Even if they pick up Keeper, they're not stopping the root from coming out.
What was that puzzle box? It's level 2 puzzle box. So a little bit more effective here for Moon Meander when he spawns them. Not going to break into the base just yet as SG. Are they going to actually fall back? It looks like they are. Port's coming out from Bubbles. So they've had enough of knocking on the door there a little bit. In the end, though, going to push back the bottom lane and clean up the Legion jungle here. Always an effective strategy, of course. Steal the resources away from your opponents.
I mentioned before, while Shrunken Head is going to be cool to see Bubbles pick up and it'll help keep him safe, it's not going to solve the problem not having enough damage.
Yeah.
And in that light, I'm not really sure if I like it at all. The one thing I can see saving them is the Big Tempest ultimate. With that Meteor down, it can do a shit ton of damage.
Oh yeah, the Meteor will be big in this game with your Rally, your Keeper, your Soul Reaper. No doubt. 3,100 gold now in Soul Reaper. Speaking of that, so that Sheepstick is coming along pretty quickly here in the near future. Slick should have that. So another thing to be concerned about if you're Complexity.
Another thing to break up their damage as well. Level 16, Wretched Hag gets that ultimate with the Grimoire power. One thing I can see them doing, because they don't have enough damage to kill every target, is directly aiming the squishies and just trying to make it be a numbers advantage where they kite around the enemy team and the remaining heroes and go from there.
There's the Acolyte Staff and the Mana Tube, so Sheepstick being delivered now to Soul Reaper. Again, guys, this is just game 1 here in this best set of 3. The winner bracket finals coming at you. Complexity versus State Green from the DreamHack Summer 2013 event. Coverage here on Honcast. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Emperor as always. And here we go. State Green going to start pushing in now. Once again, the tower just below half-life. Going to most likely at least kill the tower, and we'll see if Complexity invests in trying to deny that at all or not, but I don't know if they are, honestly. Oh, Compel going forward right there, using the illusion to do so. Sheepstick on a Wretched Hag. They really want to burst out Troufador. There's a demonic execution. Not going to be down. Turns around with the Bad Blast, though. Root is going to come out for Keeper of the Forest, locking everyone down. Electrician already using that Purge of his, and now he needs to run away. So far, nobody dead yet on either side. There was the 1 kill on a Trouf, but he buys back immediately.
Oh, didn't they actually kill Keizu?
Did he buy back too?
Yes.
Okay, yes, he did. Okay, so yeah, both teams have their buybacks used. And actually, it looks like that might be the end of that. So yeah, Bubbles did get bursted down. And he bought back and is just going to clear up the top lane. So
it buys them time because his token now about to drop. All of a sudden, going to have a second chance here. After dropping Keizu, though, didn't have much. And
well, I mean, we kind of saw there, too. Where the Complexity, you know, their damage output, we've been saying how it might, is it going to be enough? Is it good? Stay Green to an extent, too. I mean, they have burst, sure, but we kind of saw there. I mean, Troufador was able to survive after a solid initiation from State Green.
It's fair enough. I mean, he's pretty tanky, though. 1,600 health and investments. Without lockdown, but yeah, that's true. A little bit limited after the initiation, especially that Torturer is playing the support. Soul Reaper, a great source of damage, but requires the enemy team to stay close to you. However, if they're spending their time running or going back to heal, that opens up the tower for the push, so forces them to come in.
They catch Moon Meander here in the middle lane. There's a demonic execution, and one more. Yes, he will fall. So, speaking of abilities against tanky heroes being good, that for Soul Reaper's ultimate, showing it off right there against Moon Meander playing the Electrician. So he gets caught out. He does not have a buy. Okay, he does have a buyback.
He does.
Just enough gold for it. May have to end up using it here. Very likely.
I mean, Seismic Slam was used. Keeper Root up in 20. He's up in 44, but Should be at least a defensive tower kill, if nothing else. Glyph's procced, but a lot of complexity, time to get into position. Bat Blast still not up.
5 seconds. Pebbles gonna jump in, but nothing to follow. Pebbles in the meantime, he's trying to get away right here. There's
Shrunken headbait.
The Tempest ultimate. No, he's stopped immediately with that chain reactions. Riser. That was basically 0 seconds right there. He's gonna fall immediately. Aluna will go down as well. Electrician in the midst of it all. He comes back with a buyback, of course. They will get the kill on a rally, but are they gonna get much else? Wretched now, she's on the run. Tempest does come back in. He doesn't have his ultimate, of course, but he will be able to price some stunts as well as the commonplace. Down Stalagmites will connect to Soul Reaper. Can they actually take out Soul Reaper? No, they're jabbing away. The auto attacks, not enough damage. The armor and the regen just
it's
enough
up in
to
one.
save Slick.
0 seconds. Will he be able to get it off?
The root is, so for the demonic execution, yeah, he's coming back in right there. He is Indiviz using the Yo Bomb. Yes, he will use it. Down goes Pebbles. He's still alive. Somehow got it, but the Bat Blast comes out and down goes Soul Reaper. Down goes Torturer. The chase is still on. Bubbles taking the auto attacks. Rally comes back at prime time though. Swinamon saving his teammate, turns it around. Right there under Wretched Ag. Electrician and Tempest are chasing, though. They're not going to get much else. They need to be the ones running, perhaps. And now Electrician goes back in. Going to use an energy absorption, trying to get away, taking those stunts from Tempest. Oh, but it's not over
Crazy
just
fight.
yet.
Still going to be caught out. They've got the double auto attacks. Any more compels left for Swinamelons? Yes, he does have a bottle. He does have inboots. Aluna coming on in, though.
There we
so
go.
is
The
Soul
auto
Reaper.
attacks. Yep. Soul Reaper joining the party again. And Smackdown, excuse me, coming out there for Soul Reaper.
3 buybacks
yep.
used on each side in total now in this game. Slick's forces buyback. They're thinking 530 gold per minute. They're going to go for the base push. Moon Meander, no buyback here. B-Kid's up. Keizu down, Torture down. They're not going to push for 3.
So, big picture. Complexity does hold off any further initiation into the base. The melee racks
really
is still
didn't get
full
good
life.
use out of the Elemental Void either, I mean.
Yeah, the Elemental
Keep
is
in mind
canceled
they casted
immediately.
Really quick chain reaction.
And actually, while we are just after the fight, let's kind of get a quick. It was a long fight. Let's actually take a look at that one more time. While they are now back just pushing their lanes here. And kind of just slowing things down once again. But so this was Pebbles. Yeah, Pebbles jumps in, then he tries to turn around. He gets Shaped. You see it coming out. The Slapskin helping right there. Now trying to turn around with that Shrunken Head. Tempest goes in right there. Elemental Void, nope. Canceled immediately by the chain reactions. Almost as if Z freaking knew that was coming. Again, the Kelfield plays down, trying to hold them in place. So the Legion team, you know, it looked pretty disastrous at this point. But Wretched Hag eventually comes back in. You see right there. Electrician, obviously.
Goes down.
Get some regen going on.
But Kongor goes down.
Yeah.
Had a hard enough time winning that fight there, man. Even without the token.
Yeah.
Now that it's up again. Tower's down. Racks exposed. Restoration Stone picked up by the Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah.
And nothing close yet for Tempest.
You see this one still, again, this fight took forever, man. This was just continuing to go and go and go. There you go. The Bat Blast finally coming out again. Again, just kiting around and trying to stay alive as long as possible. But then Rally right here. Rally, that was the big time right there.
Oh, and that's actually one thing in the middle of the fight I wanted to bring up, but actually forgot to. When Keizu shell surfed away,
yeah.
Tempest actually blinked after trying to kill the Bubbles, and I was like, wait, Bubbles died. I'm looking at him. He's dead. What actually killed him? I'm looking through the killer kill shot. I'm like, Tempest didn't get the... He died to the small camp, of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did forget to
unfortunate
mention
right
that in the end, but that was a pretty funny turnout.
I do apologize. We actually probably should have gone back to the left there just a little sooner. But Tralfamador, he was actually juking and jiving. He got initiated by Rally. Rally got the seismic slam off. Nearly killed him, but Tralf avoided it at the last second. And you saw right there also, even with the port out, the next compel came out, but it was just a little bit too late. So here we are with Stay Green now pushing back once again. You mentioned the token of life up onto Soul Reaper. And is going to push back with his team right here. So the restoration stone you're talking about. A lot of things, again, continuing to come together here for State Green. So those melee racks being exposed this time. Again, it's going to be tough for Complexity. Elemental Void is up, of course. But look at that Burial, the massive creep wave coming in right here. There we go, Rally jumping in. No, the nice shot by Wretched Hag. Actually, perfect timing on his part. And now Rally's there's the Elemental Void going to be pushed out immediately, though. Will be stopped. Kelfer going to be used. Rally doesn't have falling in the midst of it all. Sorry for taking a lot of damage. There's a restoration zone. The double root coming out. Pebbles just standing there. Not much else that he can do. He will eventually fall. Wretched Hag goes down to the background. Electrician, it seems like he may get away. Oh, man, is he tanky enough? I think he just might be, actually. And Moon Meander will survive, but, you know, Stay Green not really too concerned about that. They're going to go back into the base here. And now they're going to finish off the racks. Oh, look at that. Bubbles
Finds
does
the
find
electrician
him.
trying to sneak back in. So
Yep.
KZ with that quick pick off. That's going to be the racks. GGs are being called. Game 1
There you go.
in favor of Stay Green. And, well, fantastic play coming out. Great team synergy. And, well,
Yeah.
a healthy mix of damage, keeping their lineup from growing stale as the game progressed. I'm trying to think back to the game. It was even back and forth, even back and forth. And then they took that mid fight, but in response we saw, you know what it was?
What's that?
The top when they all went in for the rally and didn't have enough damage. At that point, we saw as the game went on, even 10K down, they were putting up a fight. They were killing heroes. They were getting close. But if they never... That's why I feel like teams, like, they're so eager to fight Stay Green during that point in the game that they're sometimes sacrificing their positioning. And the time they all went all in on rally, didn't have enough damage to take anyone else additional out. That was just,
there was that one where they got the rally. They ended up 3 of them dying, I believe.
that was the most important.
There was also the middle one, remember, too, where we were talking about the elemental weapons
right, but
down.
afterward,
And
yeah, that started it.
Yeah.
But afterwards, they found the gank, and then they got the mid tower push, and it was sort of evened out again.
Yeah, well,
It was
actually,
sort of evened out again. But let's go back and take a look at that play with the rally.
Visualization of it right here to see what we're talking about.
Right
So
here,
again,
look. So
this
look,
is-
only 2,000 gold down. They have some towers to make it up. They lost the bottom tower in it. It's nice, but the TP bomb comes out, and
it was a good idea. I mean, the Batpot
it was a good idea, but the damage is out. Look at Aluna. It has no mana for follow-up damage. I mean, look at the Tempest. Elemental Void is down. Pebble's combo is down. So how are they going to kill anything else at that point?
Yeah.
It's just Rally literally at that point was just acting as huge bait. Without that fight, Stay Green took that advantage, and then they pressed it. They made it grow until what ultimately became an 8 to 10K advantage. They got a Kongor kill afterwards. And it took control of the game because with that Kongor kill they took afterwards, they pushed the secondary towers. Then they went to go push the base tower. Grew up to 8 to 10K, and at that point, Complexity's fighting them. They're coming there close, but they're not close enough. So one mistake like that will cost you the game.
Especially in
and
this matchup.
once again, a magic damage heavily oriented lineup. You can't afford to let that lead expand so much in their favor.
There you go. Winner bracket finals, ladies and gentlemen. Complexity versus Stay Green. And Stay Green, they do take the first game. Best out of 3, though. We'll see how Complexity can respond.
Yeah.
A trip, or not a trip, but to get to the grand finals here at DreamHack Summer 2013 is on the line here in this match specifically. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We will have Game 2 coming up just around the corner here. By the way, also about that other series, too, that is going on. I believe they are in Game number 2 still. Again, Game number 1 did go in favor of SGEU, and it looks like they're actually still might even be in the drafting stage. So maybe not just no that, but might be what. Yeah, they are still selecting heroes. So they're entering into game number 2 again. That is on COLcast. SGEU versus Vietnamese Dream Team. That's from the losers bracket right there. So, but game number 2 for us here on Honcast.com. We'll be coming back here very shortly. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back.
Alla pratar om carries, tanks och heal är bäst. Men allt jag tänker